I'm back. I decided that I'm going to start with the left side of the room now. And so this is, if you walk in the door and look to the left, this is what you are going to see. And then it kind of wraps around over to here. So I am going to try to do, because there's a lot less bins and a lot less everything to go through, I'm going to try to do all of this area, and then I'll have another one for the center area. So over here, kind of on the wall, I have my Distress inks and Distress oxides in these, I don't know who makes them. I apologize. I thought I said that in the last video too, but everybody knows. I see them all the time. Not in people's scrapbook areas, but advertising and things like that. Scrap storage, scrap stamp storage. Anyways, I am so sorry. That's awful of me. But yeah, that's where I keep my Tim Holtz. Over here, I have my cardstock towers. The papers down here on the floor are all retired papers, like this pile, this pile, this pile, and then all the way up to the green and all the way up to the brown. Those are all retired papers, but I keep them around because I really love the colors, I love the tones, and I still have a few projects going on. And then everything else is in the current catalog, current colors. This right here is my husband's chair when he comes and visits me. And then I have, right here are my alpha stamps. Again, sorry for the glare. So I have alpha stamps in this little bin right here. These are my smaller stencils inside that, what is that called? Binder. And then these are large alpha stamps, like Mungo, Humongo alpha stamps. Inside all four of these containers are my little mini cubes by Altenew, and this is the swatch that I made for them. And I like this because then I can kind of go through these and I pick them out when I travel, and I take my my mini cubes when I travel, so that way I'm not taking the big ones, and then I have my swatch so I can see what they are. These are retired colors, but I'm not ready to get rid of them yet because they are so bright and beautiful. Look at those. Just not ready to move on yet because I still have projects. This one right back here, this little two-towered thing, holds my fuse tool. So that's that. Up in here, actually this bookcase goes all across the top, all right there. And so right here I have in this binder right here, I have my little spots for my Tim Holtz Distress. So that's what's in there. Inside this one right here, I actually have two other hidden container type things inside there. So I just bought them and I haven't really done much with them yet. This is a bag that I received at a retreat, so it just hangs out right there. This is more chipboard for packaging. I have 8.5 by 11 albums there, and then that green box is my Cricut cartridges, but only the ones with fonts on them. They're font-only Cricut cartridges. And then let me move over and see if I can't show you guys. Okay, so in the back, back there, all of that, those right there, and those three other boxes there. There's actually 3 boxes with the green polka dot and 3 more with the green polka dot. Those are all of my Cricut cartridges. Inside that bag, those 3 books, all of those are Cricut cartridges. And then on top, I have these 4 albums right here. You can only see the pink and the red, but there's actually blue and green back there. Those are for my kids. For when after they graduate, just like my daughter, I will do, you know, like the 4 years of their life getting into. And then this one right here is just an extra album that I have. Couple albums in the middle that are 8 by 6. And then over here on the side, This one right here and these little bits right here are more like directions that came in kits. An extra album, but it's only 1.5 inches wide. It's not very big. And then this one, these two here are my Project Life cards. So I have them all in page protectors so I can flip through them and look at them. So this right here is an empty bin that housed more. That was the third spot where I found pre-made scrapbooking layouts. That's my 9-inch Xyron, and then that is it was a box for planning stuff, and then I kept the box, and so I store a few little bits in here. Inside this bag right here is what is inside there? No, it's my laminator is what's inside there, and then I use it to take my Cricut, but my laminator sits in there while my Cricut is on its shelf. And then of course I have my favorite scene in the whole wide world on Star Wars. And then this cute little guy. Isn't he cute? My son gave me that. Here are a couple albums that I have. Like I said, this is also my photo storage. So I have all of, every single one of these albums is full of page protectors with photos inside them. And so when I'm in the mood to scrapbook, I just pull out the album and then decide what I'm in the mood for scrapbooking. So like I have them labeled by year, so 2019, 18, 17, 16, so on and so forth. Some years are, you know, 1 album, some years are 2, and I think I have 2 years that are 3 albums long, but anywho. And then this right here, oh look, there's me. That's just my extra computer that I have hooked up to one of my Cricut machines. I just like how the program on the computer works a lot better than the one on my phone. It seems to smush all the images together better instead of being dumb and I have to spend hours altering them. I also have a photo of my mom. That's my mom. Isn't she adorable? She's a cutie pie. I love her to death. And then I have all of my tools right here for all of my machines. And then I have a few pens and things in the back there for inside there. And then my lint roller. And I use that to actually clean up glitter and things in my craft room. And then I have a magic sponge. And it's all inside like a little glass jar thing. I have extra rulers and things that I thought I was going to like. And I still do. I just haven't gotten around to using them. Well, I use them. I need to find a better spot to put them. Okay. Candy for my husband when he wants to come in, except for the cherry ripes. Those are mine. He can't have those. I also have my Cricut, I believe it's an Air. Yes, it's an Air. It's the very first one. I got the silhouette cover actually at Joann's at a discount store, so for $2 I was able to cover up my machine. My Mink still needs to find a new home. These are the mats for the Cricut for when, that way I can just pull them out when I'm ready to. And then the drawers, well, that's a bad example, but these drawers slide out. So I can use my machines. They're, as you can see, they're all plugged in. They're ready to go. So I don't have to worry about any, you know, not having a spot for my machine, because I do, but they're all in this bookcase and I pull them out as I need them. And so I just absolutely love it. So on this shelf with my Just Plain Explorer, this is my numero uno, very first one that I ever got, that they ever came out with. I still need the little card on the side, in case you guys are curious. That's the Bluetooth card that allows it to talk to my phone, where the Airs do not need those. But then I also have all of my sticky mats. So I have 2 Close to My Heart ones, a Tonic Studio one, and a Ken Oliver little sticky mat. I still have not decided which one I like the best. I do have to say the Ken Oliver one really scratched up on me and stuff, and I wasn't too impressed with it, but I do like its size. And I wish the others came in that size, but they did not. This one I'm not too impressed with. It started fraying right out of the tube, And yeah, so I really love my Close to My Heart one, but as you can tell, it stains. At least this one did. So that's why I have a second one right there, just to see if maybe I got a manufacturer defect. But I do love that all of these have sticky backs, so I don't have to worry about them, you know, staying rolled up. Once I unroll them, the sticky back on the back will allow them to lay flat. This is my scan and cut machine. I like him too. It's my favorite. This is a pile of photos that I need to go through for my daughter. Again, this was part of the big project that I was working on. I was hoping to have it done before I did the room tour, but I was unable to accomplish that. Basically because it just kept going on and on and on, and I kept thinking of things that I wanted to do. So this is, like I said, I do all of my kids I go through every year of their life and pick out my favorite photos, but I end up printing them all. So I have all of their photos printed, but I still will go through every year of their life and pick out my favorite ones and then put them on a 2-page layout. So that is what this is. My daughter is only up to age 8, I believe, and so I need to, well, 8, and then I skip a few, and then, so these are the in-betweens that I skipped. And then down below, oh, some fuzziness. Seem to get them all over the place. I think they're from the little tool that you use to dust, the Swiffer. So this is my manual die cut machine. I have 2 of them. Ta-da! It's like somebody in love with their typewriters. But I've mentioned before that I used to have 2 houses, and so I had 2 areas of scrapbooking. So that's how I ended up with 2 Cricuts and 2 of these machines and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm ashamed, but not really. I do enjoy having them all, especially when I do classes and I am able to, you know, people don't have to wait their turn. There's 2 machines. And then this one here is my travel. It's just a tiny little traveling one that I absolutely love as well. So they sit right there and go right there. So that is that one. Again, out of breath. Oh my goodness. I have a few punches on the wall. These are mostly my Martha Stewart border punches. I have some EK Success and Stampin' Up! Ones right on here as well. And then over here I have some Creative Memories punches, some shimmer trim that I absolutely love. It's like one of my favorite things. And then a couple oddball inks that I keep over here. They're only one-offs. These are retired Close to My Heart colors. I was just hanging on to them because not a whole lot of people notice that there's a gray, and so this gives me extra black and gray during my class. So, and not a lot of people notice the difference. And then I have a white, but I don't hardly use that. Whew, I am so sorry. Breath, breath, breath. Right here, these 6 tubs hold all of my stamps. They're in, they're labeled in categories like this. Flowers, animals, kitchen, and frames. So that's basically what's inside this container. This one here is any stamp that comes with a die. So if it's a stamp set and then it has, oh, you can't see it. Let me see if I can't get one that you can see. See the dies in the back? So it's all different categories. It's just if it comes with a die, like here's this one, and then in the back, oh, you can't see it. Oh my god. Here's a good one. Look. So this one is a stamp set, and then you can see the image around it, which means it has a die to go with it in the back. So, good grief, that was long and drawn out. So there's those, but there's no category inside these because this is all that I have. And then mostly what's in the back of it is the envelopes. So I have different sized envelopes that is in this box as well, because I don't have a lot of stamps that go with the dies. For one, because I got the scan and cut, I don't feel a need to have the die to just go around the stamp. So that is one of the reasons why I don't have that. And then here are my other categories. Like I have holidays. This one is all holidays. This one here is like backgrounds and borders and flourishes and things like that. So basically mixed media. And then this one here is outdoor and travel. And then this one here is, whoops, that one there is sentiments and birthdays and then mixed holidays. So on one stamp set it has like multiple holidays. I couldn't split it up into this one. These are all layouts that no way in the world will I ever use. So I'm probably going to donate them to the middle school, library, high school, whatever. These three right here, these three used to have all of my stamps until I did a huge purge at the beginning of last year. And now all they have in them is the cases that the Stampin' Up! Stamps come in. I have two typewriters. One is my daughter's. And no, this one's my daughter's, and that one is mine. They're both antiques, but two different. Like one's a Smith Corona, and I can't remember the what hers was. It's weird though because hers is a brown machine in a green bag, and mine's a green machine in a brown bag. But they don't intermix. This is her album that I am making of her trip to New York and DC. In fact, I have the album here, and I would love to record it because I know that it was in my introduction video. So I know I want to record this, finishing this, and now I have all the photos to be able to do that. So the photos are sitting in here as well. I was just waiting for those. Extra mats for my cutting machines, all of them. This all right here again is all of this right here, deep breath, is all part of this ginormous never-ending project that I had going on. So I have a bunch of memorabilia. I have a bunch of pre-made kits that I've been storing, getting ready for this project. This is all memorabilia. This is all memorabilia. These are like, these are my two eldest sons. Aren't they cute? I love them. They're so handsome. And then everything else down here is 2006 and under. So like 2006 to 2002 when my daughter was born, I did a 9x9 album, but I don't know where the album is. And so I have all of those, and then I have the very few. So this right here is from 2006. This is 6 years worth of photos. 6 years worth of photos. And over here, look at all the photos I have now. This is 2008, 9, 2 for 2010, 12, 13, 14. Sorry to make you sick. 2 for 2011. No, I'm sorry, 3. That's all 2011. These 3 are 2015, 16, 2 for 17, 18, and 19. So a lot has changed for me when I look back and realize that for the first 6 years of my daughter's life, I hardly have any photos. This is all the photos that I have, and I just decided I'm going to print them. I'm going to print them. Isn't that cute? Anyways, and then of course I have the memorabilia to go with it. Like these are all from 2005 and 6 and all those other good jazz, like Cora and Gabe So Young. So yeah, I just don't know what to do, but I have all the memorabilia and I want to put it in with the albums. I want to be able to make these into 12 by 12s and whatnot and figure out what it is that I'm going on. And then I have a very few stack right here. That's why they're going, oh my god, I can't get it. But they're going in different. So I have this one here and then these ones are going different. But the project just never stopped. And so I had to take a break and, you know, get back into recording because part of it is my goal for YouTube is to get a video a week, and I'm not doing that by doing just this project. Over here, this is my Marvel addiction. So anything comic book related, that's Wonder Woman. This is that ginormous comic book that I was tearing apart for the oh, words, please. Words for that album. And then this is the one, it's still in plastic. So I left one completely unmarred up. So it's still in its plastic and ready. But I did have to tear apart 2 of them in order to make this album happy but I'm okay with that. And then all of this is the memorabilia and oh, what is that stuff called? Embellishments and paper and everything that I'm using for that album. This is my Misty right here. I've got a ginormous 12 by 12 Misty. I also have Shush Please, I'm filming sign for when my kids are home, but they choose to ignore it. Right here in these little areas, I have my white cardstock. I have magazine pictures of, you know, stuff that I might want to do. I have my cream cardstock, my black cardstock, and then more white cardstock. Some punches by Creative Memories. My label, or no, not label, my luggage tag. My 10-year key from Creative Memories, or close to my heart. Oh my god. These are close to my heart memories and Nouveau pen, or close to my heart pens and Nouveau pens. I just don't have a big stash of them, but that's where they are stored until I can find a new home for them. And then I have just some refill, my Captain America doll, because everybody has to have Captain America in their craft room. Some tonics, my Tonic Studio stamp and dies, because I am a member of their kit, and so I have a couple of those in there. This is an empty box with my light on it. This is the Story by Stacy. This is an empty stamp case. Going on over here, just some decoration, again, Captain America, and some cards that I made. Over here, some stuff that it's been given to me. This book right here is one of my file folders that I created. That's our bucket list book. So I have that. Another Captain America doll. Love him. I have a TV that apparently, can't you tell, I hardly ever watch TV. This is my mascot and her baby, Roxy. So that's my little owl mascot. This is my little board. Again, Captain America. I know I'm terrible. And then my kids draw pictures and things like that, and so I end up putting them right there on the board. Over here, this is another box full of shimmer trim, and then underneath here are stamp sets that are about yay big. They're teeny tiny little ones. This is just a little easel that I use during my classes, but when it's not, it's kind of just hanging stuff out. Everybody needs tissue in theirs. Here I have, we'll start with this. These are things for my kids. My kids absolutely love putting like their stickers and things in the envelopes, the Close to My Heart stamp envelopes. And so I give those to my kids when I get 4 at a time, because it's not fair giving them 1 at a time. A little fan that my daughter asked me to fix. There's some wood veneer. I was working on a kit before this ginormous project took over my room, and I wanted to remember what I was using, so I left them there for when I got back to it. Have not yet. These are little embellishments that I have decided to move on from my craft room. This is an extra, I meant to buy paper and I got an ink pad instead, but Close to My Heart is really awesome about that, and so I got my paper. This is an order for a customer. This is the paper pumpkin. This is another kit club that I am a part of, but I am still deciding whether or not I love this and want to keep it. Going back over here, that is my dream cuts. So when I want photo mats to be like 3x4, 4x4, or 4x6, that is what I use, and I absolutely love. Photo paper in the back. These Xyron things, I have a couple of them. I have about four of these. One is a throwaway, and then these 2 you're supposed to keep and then keep refilling. And they do come in handy when I remember to use them. More photo paper, some re-inkers in the back that were just too big to fit in the drawer. This was my December daily little embellishment advent calendar that I got from Christina at Secret.Secret. I still have plans for it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. This is where I keep my current catalogs for the 2 companies that I mostly order from. This is my, this is my extra toolkit. So when my, I don't want to say real toolkit, but when my other toolkit is packed up, this is what I work from, because I just can't stop creating. This one is currently empty, kind of has an extra pair of scissors in it right now, but this was my toolkit, and I had to grow out of it and grow up and get a bigger one. These are my photo markers, so when I do a workshop, I put the photo placement cards on them to represent a photo, so that way if we're using a photo mat and it's this obnoxious color, I show my customers how simple it is to just put a white piece of paper there for now until you do get the picture on how muted that color is. I also have this magnetic cutting board right here. Again, that was back from my daughter's days of, the duct tape process. And then these are photos that I pull out when there's a challenge and I don't really have a plan for anything, but I want to do the challenge. So I have a few of those photos. They're ones that, yes, I want a scrapbook, but they don't necessarily have to be in my album. So I do the challenges for those. I might have to move these albums out of the way. Again, this was the huge project that I was doing. I had several years missing, and I don't know why, so whether or not these photos were printed somewhere else or at a different time or anything, I went ahead and I didn't care. I printed them all over again and did this project. Now I know it's done. I don't have to go looking for them or what stage I was in or any of that stuff. So they're in albums. They're all set and ready to go. All of the pages that I picked out of my pre-made pages are in there and done. So what you see in here as far as papers, they're done. So like you flip over to here and that's a complete layout, photos and all. Go over here, that's a complete layout, photo and all. And so that is what I was working on for the last 2 years. I actually have a head count of how many I did for the entire 2019 year, split up between 2 pages, single page, and pocket pages. So I have that. Whew, that is a lot. These down here, these are all customer orders. I just haven't put that one up. I haven't put that one in a bag just yet. These are some packing supplies that I keep. These are all kits and things that need to be put in bags and packaged up. Again, these are all orders of people ordering my workshops. Down under here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but each color photo box is represented by a color for each of my children. And so I have, what I did was I took the photos that I didn't plan on using in there and put them in there, and then if they have school projects that require photos, they grab their box, or if they want to start scrapbooking, they can grab their box and start scrapbooking at any time. Right here I have photos. Most of them are landscape. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to, sorry, thought I was going to get it easier. I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. This is my daughter's. That's a travel bag that is empty. This one here is my bind it all machine. This is my extra tool caddy. So if you notice, I have a smaller cutting system in there. This is my binder, my border punch by Creative Memories. Extra, sorry, my dog's just walked in. Extra cleaning stuff, whatnot. So it's basically tools that I want to have on hand, but I don't use. This is like a an embossing tool for the, what is this called? For the score it all type thing. These are all of my doilies. Those are some really cool alpha stamps that I just were gifted to me, so they're on blocks. Different types of scissors and things like that. Again, just all oddball tooling that I think I need, but I don't really know. You know, a crimper, all that stuff. That right there is in the back there. That's my, what is it called? Glue gun. And then here are all of like my corner chompers and hole punches and things like that. I have, what are these? Different types of adhesives for, like, this is making ribbon flowers, so they're circles like that, and then you just wrap the ribbon around and then you can make really cool ribbon flowers. These ones here are strips. See how tiny the strips are? No, not really. Anyways, they're strips for, again, ribbon, mostly. So that's that. These are just tiny little like fabric embellishments that I just didn't want to forget about, and so I kept them here, sitting here. These are the bottle caps I was talking about, where I had another spot for bottle caps. But these ones, the difference between is these ones are smushed and flattened already by the machine, and the other ones I have not done that yet. This is another little tool, like a an eyelet tool. So I've got all the different little bits for that. And then this is an X-Acto knife. I have my mini stapler right here. Everybody needs a tape measure. This is a paper flower that I created with the fabric when we actually did, when Close to My Heart actually sold fabric. Here's a little bit of sequins going on here. These are the paper flower, or the fabric flowers I was telling you about. You just have the dot on the thing. You have the dot on the paper. This one is a jumbo one, and then you just keep twisting and twisting and twisting. And I thought that this would be really cool for like a lollipop. And then I have one that's kind of a little bit more at a theme park instead of a Christmas one. So I have those, and then I have these little charms that Close to My Heart used to sell when they tried to get into a little jewelry thing. And then these are little jingle bells, is what those are. And then I have flat back pearls, and then these are more like homemade little embellishments that I have done. So you can't see them because of the little sticker dilly doodad. These are make your own brads. So I could find whatever I wanted, put it there, and then put this crystal top on top and have my own brad. This is some things that I just was playing around and cutting on the on my manual die cut machine. Some pens and things. What are these called? Sticky notes, just stuff like that. That's all that is in that one. This one over here, this particular one, has material for my manual die cut machine, like cork and acetate and magnet, so that's there. I have my sticky, what is it called, cling wrap for doing certain projects here. I think that it is the best thing since sliced bread. And then this is chalk, a chalk, like vinyl type thing. My kids' flashlights, because they think they need them at night, so I have to babysit them. Copy paper for my printer. A little basket that usually hangs on the side of one of these, but right now I had to take it off to make space for other things. An empty basket. This has a little bit of Project Life cards. I'm not sure why, I'll be honest. These inside here are all of my chipboard based on category, so that is that. This is fusible webbing right there for when I sew on my scrapbook layouts, and then that way it doesn't come through the paper. So that's what I do there. In here, I have inside this is all of my embossing folders, and then down along here are my longer, what are they called? Oh my god. Cutting plates. Oh, that was awesome. My longer, like thin cuts, but longer. Here are my thin ruled die, or thin cuts, I guess, and my larger embossing folders, and then these ones are my steel ruled dies. And so over here, right in here, I have, I'm not sure what I have in there. I'm betting, so they're cut apart, they're, no. It was a project that I was doing, and then I do it every now and then, but not on a regular basis. But it's my Project Life cards that can be cut up and used as embellishments. So that's what's in there. This is extra, so I have baggies for when I have scraps during my classes, and then these are the envelopes that I use. So when I get a thin ruled or a thin cut or whatever it's called, I take it out of its packaging and I put it inside one of those, because I don't think that the Avery L ones, being just a piece of plastic like a page protector, I don't really think that that'll hold up to it, so I put it in those little plastic ones instead. Under here, this is more fusible webbing that my mom gave me before she moved. And then I have a calligraphy set for my son. This is cards that were made out of elephant poo. I have doorknobs and things that I wanted to do on something. I have a few albums down there that they were planners, but now they're just empty bindings. And then all of that is planner, like inserts and stuff like that. So that's all that is right there. I'm going to go up real quick. Up. Okay, inside number 3. Look at that. I got some more watercolor tubes. Inside number 1, I've got acrylic tubes. Inside number 2, I have gesso. Inside this one, right here, this is for my fabric workings and stuff. I have all these really cool resin flowers for the center of like hair ties, like these right here. So I have, oh, I'm so sorry. So I have that, my rotary cutter, and then this is a really cool album my husband found me at when he went to Michael's. I have a pair of socks for Crazy Sock Day. In fact, we were going to put a bunch of eyeballs on it, so that's fun. I have fabric in here, burlap fabric, all that kind of stuff. So those two kind of go hand in hand. There's my little turtle I got for Valentine's Day. A bouquet of flowers that I made for one of my son's school events. I ended up making like 60 some odd of them, so I kept one. These are sponges that I just put binder clips on because I got lazy with the paper. And then these inside here, those are the trash bags that I use for when I have my, what are they called? My workshops. Oh my god. And I think that that takes care of all of this side. So from over here, sorry if it's echoey now, to all the way over there. All right. Now I am going to turn the camera off and go over the center desk.